Okay, so this is eating health issues related to eating habits part 2. So it's a quick one. So here we have Mr. Ahmad who suffers from pancreatitis, which is the inflammation of pancreas. So anything you do with itis in the back, itis, the yeast is just inflammation. If you put any organ in front, like for example pancreas, and you put pancreatitis, that's inflammation of an organ. Alright. So he was advised by the to change his eating habits. So we have to suggest the appropriate diet. So in all these cases, inflammation of pancreas, we have to first identify what's the function of the pancreas. So the function of the pancreas is this: to produce amylase, lipase, and trypsin, which is your proteins. At the same time, it's also producing hormones such as your insulin and your glucagon. Alright. So these are all the functions, alright, of the pancreas. So in the question like this, right, you want to talk about what's the opposite. So what happens if the organ does not function as intended? Usually you just write the opposite. So in this case, pancreas does not produce the pancreatic juice, which consists of your amylase, lipase, and your trypsin. So now you want to talk about 如果没有 each and single one of the enzymes 的话，你的 body 不可以做什么。So for example, since you want us to suggest the appropriate diet, we have to first say lower down the carbohydrates. Because why? We talk about such examples, rice flour. Because we lack amylase. And without amylase, there is no breakdown of starch into maltose. Starch cannot be digested into maltose. So that's your second point. So the next one is we have to reduce fatty foods because we don't have lipase anymore. And without lipase, we cannot break down triglycerides into fatty acids and glycerol for absorption. So you see how I'm getting? The third one, same thing. Since we don't have enough trypsin, we don't want to eat that many processed meat because we lack trypsin and therefore cannot metabolize or digest. Sorry, we cannot digest, not metabolize. We cannot digest or break down polypeptides and dipeptides for absorption. And those 3 points are focused on the functions of each enzyme. Lastly, you want to talk about, since we lack or reduce production of these enzymes, we want to eat things that are in small quantities. Additionally, 你可以讲 eat healthier food such as more vegetables or fruits because it helps with digestion. So those things that you can add also, increase fruits and vegetables intakes. Usually these eating habit questions, if anything, just throw in eat more fruits and vegetables because help digestion. 通常 can give you points on that. Aid in digestion. So that is all. So remember, for questions like this, you first have to always identify what is the function of the organ and what happens if the organ doesn't function anymore. 它不可以 produce 什么，然后针对那些东西，你要讲如果这个 produce 不到的话 that cannot happen, and if this cannot happen, then this cannot be broken down. Okay? So 其实 these are the things that you already know, 你 just 反过来讲罢了。Right, thank you very much.